Well, Christmas is just around the corner here in Steamboat, and you can tell because, well, today's Sunday, December 19th. Yesterday, the 18th, was the first day the direct flights started coming into the Yampa Valley Regional Airport. And just before that, on Friday, we had brand new terrain open up on the mountain. We had about 5 inches of powder, and then all this terrain on the upper mountain just opened up. We got everything over on Storm Peak and a lot on Sunshine, and it was pretty amazing. I think a lot of people were surprised to see that happen, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And the way things are looking right now, I think we're poised to have a pretty white Christmas. Hi, this is John James with the James team at REMAX Partners, and I am coming to you with another Steamboat Market Update. We're doing the last price segment for November 2021, and we're going to do the luxury edition, and that is $2 million and up. And, you know, there hasn't been a whole lot of change in here. There's a few little mixes and matches right here in this luxury market, and we'll look a little bit mostly at year to year, but also some sections that are month over month to see where the changes are. And you'll start off with the median sold price. And the median sold price is at $2.7 million. That's a 1% increase over the $2.675 million we saw last year. But it's essentially flat from October of this year. So October 2021, November 2021, pretty much hitting the same median sales price. Now, big difference here is the number of sales. That jumped up like 84.5%. Last year we had 71 sales in November. This year, 131. That's a big change. However, if you're looking at it from a month-to-month picture, you're seeing the trend line move downward, and it's been doing that for some time. And then final main indicator is the sales volume, the total dollar volume of everything sold in this price segment, and that's at about $415,774,309, up 81% over almost what we saw as $230 million in total dollar volume in November of last year. Now, that sounds really, really good, and it is really, really good. However, we're off about $30 million from our peak when we saw this in August. So that $415 million was closer to $445 million. I think it was around $442 million for the peak in August. So that has come down off quite a bit, and obviously inventory plays a big part in that. If there's not very many homes to sell, it's definitely harder to sell them. So let's dive into inventory and see what that looks like. On the new listings front, we actually have 20% more than we did last year. Last year was 128 new listings for the month of November. This year, 153. So that's good news right there. But and we've also seen some decreases in the number of new listings over the course of the past few months. That seems to be leveling off. So we're seeing it's kind of hovering around that 128 mark for the last couple of months or so. The rolling number of active listings we keep on the market, that's down to 50, 30% off of the 70 we saw in November of 2020. Month supply is a very, very interesting one here, because normally with the luxury market, it takes a long time. Case in point, last year was 15.7 months that would take that many months to clear out all the inventory in this price segment. That at the time I thought was very, very short, because it was usually something like 24 months. But now it's down to 4.6 months. So that dropped a good 71% from what we saw last year. And you know that the supply just keeps dwindling. So there's not very much up at that top end, And you can tell from the days on market because they have dropped as well. That is down about 14% from 64 last year to 55 this year. Now, while that's a drop off from last year, there was a very slight increase from the months prior. And that's the first increase we've seen since December of last year. What that entails, I'm not really sure. Might just be taking a little bit longer to sell those properties. Moving on to value, we can see the sales to list price ratio, how much it cost, how much it sold for compared to what it was listed for. That's at 96.6%. And in the luxury market, that's pretty good. We had it down like 2% off of that last year. And we can have anywhere from like 91 to 94% in this price range. And to have it up at 96.6%, that's pretty high. Price per square foot also jumped up about $100 from the year before. Whereas we had $531 of price per square foot in November 2020, it's now up to $635. So it's a substantial change. That has been kind of all over the place when it comes to price per square foot, but generally that's been increasing month after month after month after month. And price reductions really wasn't much of a change. There weren't any last year in November in the luxury market, and just one this year. So that's not much of an indicator for us in this time. But finally, we get to pending listings. Pending listings are up 55%. It's 138 now compared to 89 last year. And after a sharp spike in pendings over each of the previous months for maybe 18 months, this is also starting to level off, just like new listings are. So we'll see how that plays out over the course of the next couple of months, and see if the flattening of the pending listings, see if that trends toward a flattening of sales as well. So that wraps up our price segments for the month of November. We're going to move into type segments here very soon: single family homes, and then next condos and townhomes. So if you are interested in finding out a little bit more specifics about your home, say you had a $700,000 single family home, well, we could look in the $250,000 to $750,000 range. We could also look in the single family home range and kind of find out what your home's worth in this market if we were to put it on the market right now. So please give me a call, 970-846-0797. Email me at JohnJames at jamesteamsteamboat.com. I'd also love to hear from you in the video, and then leave a comment there and tell me what you like about these videos, what you'd like to see. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm going a little bit more off script this month just to see how that plays out. And so until next time, take care.